Hello students, welcome to Tuteetute. So many students are practicing well and some students are still thinking, okay, so how many questions we need to solve from each and every subject. So I will be discussing about how to practice for this exam and which kind of questions will be coming in our examination and what kind of questions we need to concentrate more and which subjects we need to understand a little bit more. Okay, so these kind of things I will be discussing. So these all the things are not my doubts actually. So many students have asked, so not only one student, okay, so many students have raised the different kind of concerns. Okay, so after that only, so I'm giving this kind of information to you. Okay, so one thing, where to practice. Okay, so some students are asking where to practice. See, from our wherever coaching you are taking, so definitely some questions we will be discussing in the class only. Okay, so wherever it is, definitely with the questions only we need to discuss. Okay, so definitely their previous year questions some will be covering to you. So but that's not sufficient, you need to practice on your own. Okay, so that questions definitely in the class whatever we have discussed, you definitely need to practice that. So with that knowledge you need to solve on your own some of the previous year questions. Okay, so I told already, so take the previous engineering services questions. Okay, so ESC engineering services exam prelims. Okay, so prelims questions we need to take any subject. Okay, so for the practice these are the very good questions. Okay, if you are from electrical, definitely you have to solve the GENCO-TRANSCO previous year questions. Okay, so for that in our course only, whether it is electrical or electronics, we are providing previous year questions separately. We are adding some more questions to our course. Okay, so either it is electrical or electronics both. Okay, so previous SPDCL, previous NPDCL and previous AE examination and GENCO 2015 we are providing in YouTube. So like some more also we will be adding to this, like some of the practice questions also we are adding in the original course. Okay, so whoever already our students, they will understand this within 1 or 2 days only. So after that, these previous year questions, how we need to practice means, you need to start with one subject. It may be 100 questions per day or maybe 200 questions per day or 300 questions per day. Like it should not disturb our classes. Okay, so every day we need to, if you are online preparing, definitely you need to start the classes and complete for 8 hours of class. It may be less than that hours or even less also, but that class timings you should not disturb. With that you need to solve extra. Okay, otherwise you will waste more time. Okay, so like every day it may be 100 questions, no problem, you need to solve that questions. Okay, so like electrical students may be getting fear for this basic electrical engineering. Okay, so electronic students may be getting fear for basic electrical engineering. So there is no much concepts we have there. Okay, so very small syllabus it is. We need to just concentrate on whatever classes are there. Okay, that's enough. Even in our website whatever we are providing for electrical students, communication subjects. Okay, so you might be understanding that concepts first. Okay, see, remember what is communication. So just it is just like our power system network. Okay, so from the power system what you will be doing, you will generate the power from the sending end to the receiving end, you will be transferring the power. Understanding? So that's called, so we will be so calling this one as the transmission of power, right? Okay, so this transmission is happening and there are so many problems we are getting. Voltage drops will be there, power losses will be there. Okay, so we need to increase some of the power factors at some places. So many problems will be coming and we will analyze this network. Similar to this, even the communication also, so a signal we need to transfer or a signal we need to send from one end, a sender to the receiver. Okay, so there will be, so the satellite communication is happening, right? Okay, so in between there is no wires are present at present, we don't have any wires. Okay, so we need to follow certain techniques to reach there. Okay, how we are reaching there, in between what are the problems, which methods we are doing, how to generate this signal, how to modulate this signal, how to demodulate this signal, what is modulation, what is demodulation, why we are using this. So these are all the basics we need to understand first. See, in our syllabus they have not mentioned any so angle modulation, like frequency modulation and phase modulation they have not mentioned. Only amplitude modulation they have mentioned later. So digital communication they have added. Okay, so in electrical, okay, so they have added this. So that means you need to understand the basics, what they mean. You need to understand the amplitude modulation basics. With that knowledge, understand digital communication, how we are doing this digitally. Okay, so that's what their intention. Okay, so you will definitely get the questions. Questions will be so mostly conceptual based. Okay, so I will tell you which kind of questions we need to concentrate for the entire syllabus also. First, no need to worry about this extra electronic syllabus. Okay, so for electrical students, mechanical concepts are there, so understand. Okay, so these are the first time they are adding heat transfer, so they are adding for the first time, and this other subject like thermodynamics also they are adding for the first time. So we need to concentrate on a concept first, then we need to understand in deep about that concept. That is the only thing. Okay, so one thing you remember, okay, so that subjects, don't think like these are new subjects to us. Okay, so these are simple subjects only. So if you are new to these subjects, then understand from the basics. Okay, so that's more comfortable understanding. So anyway, so the type of questions, some students are asking type of questions. So there may be, see, some students are asking, sir, theory questions will come or problematic will come. Okay, there are no theory questions. Okay, directly theory will not be there. Okay, so instead of theory type of questions, what they are giving now, any examination, they are giving conceptual based questions. See, whenever you read the question, you need to understand. After that, you need to think about that question. So then only you need to answer this. See, if you have to know that concept, then only you can answer this. That's why whenever you are preparing, okay, so thorough with the concept. Okay, so there may be process. For example, root locus diagram is there in control systems, either electrical or electronics. So we will be studying this, right? Root locus. So there may be 10 to 12 steps are there. Okay, so first how many root loci will be there, after that where it will be, where the breakaway point, where is the break-in point, where is the centroid, so after that how it will be rotating. So many things we will be understanding from one by one, right? This is entire thing is process. Yes or no? How to draw the root locus diagram. Okay, so this is the entire process. They may not give the entire process in our exam, but one only centroid they will give, or breakaway point they will give, or break-in point they will give. So what we need to do, so no need to study only one thing, you will not get. You need to concentrate on entire process. See, one simple question or one big question will give you complete analysis of root locus diagram. So that's how you need to practice. Okay, so for example, in a simple question, so they have given a circuit where you need to calculate the current in certain resistance. It may be difficult question or easy question, you need to solve that question, but you need to check for any other possibility, any superposition theorem we can apply. So there may be easily source transformation if we can apply, you will be getting even more simple. Otherwise you need to assume certain current, so then you will be getting. So think about this kind of questions. Okay, so you need to build your concepts here only from the questions. Whenever you are solving this previous engineering services questions, you see a simple question only, but how many ways you can answer that kind of question. Okay, especially for the circuits, if you practice like that, the best method we will be implementing in the examination. Okay, so remember, some of the subjects you need to concentrate on process, some of the subjects you need to concentrate on concept more. Okay, some of the subjects you need to concentrate on block diagram, like power plant engineering. Okay, so what is the block diagram? If you see the entire thermal power plant, okay, so from everywhere certain bits are there. Okay, from the ash handling plant, from the coal handling plant, boiler certain bits are there. Okay, air preheater certain bits are there, chimney certain bits are there. Okay, electrostatic precipitator bits are there everywhere. Okay, so how you will be remembering all these things? If we have clear idea about the entire schematic of this power plant, okay, so thermal power plant, so there may be questions about turbine, which kind of turbine we will be using. So but if you have clear idea about this schematic, then you can easily answer this kind of questions. Okay, so that kind of subjects like power plant engineering, okay, so mainly you need to concentrate like this. Okay, so and similar to this, okay, so even thermodynamics also, some you need to remember about the schematic. Okay, after that the process also we need to remember. Okay, so that's what in the thermodynamics. Okay, so similar to that in the power systems. Okay, so many students they are getting fear about power systems. Okay, so don't study power system analysis first. So what is this per unit system? Why we are doing per unit system? You need to understand importance of per unit system first. So before that, why we are analyzing the network? Why we need to analyze our power system network? you have to construct the power system network, entire transmission and distribution. What we will be learning, each and every component from the tower resistance, above the towers we will be running one thin wire, okay, which is called guard wire or earthing wire, okay. So this wire up to here we will be learning each and everything, okay. So what is a shunt reactor, what is series reactor, one by one. Why we are learning in the transmission and distribution? Because each and everything we are constructing this entire power system network, either transmission network or distribution network. Then we are analyzing this network. Why we are analyzing this network? Because we need to protect this system. So if I know how much is the fault current here, if I increase the load, how will be the dynamics of this rotor, okay. So how to analyze this entire network is nothing but our entire power system network, okay. So after that, so based on the considerations taken from the analysis, we will be protecting our system using certain devices, okay. So there may be relays, there may be circuit breakers. How we have given that? After certain analysis only. Before that, so you need to generate the power, okay. That's why you need to prepare in the order, okay. First generation, power system generation concepts, then power system transmission, then power system so distribution, okay. So then power system analysis, then protection of power system, okay. So this is the order we need to prepare. Don't study like if you open the switch gear protection, okay, so nothing you will be understanding directly. Understanding? So directly if you should not start like that. Everything has certain process, how we have mentioned in the order, okay. Even from the electronic subjects also, like analog electronics, first you will be learning about diode circuits, then transistors, then only operational amplifiers, so then the extension of concepts, okay. So one by one, okay, in that order only. In our syllabus, okay, in our GENCO syllabus, they will be mentioning one above and one below, but how we need to understand, like that only we need to understand, okay. So it will be easy if you come in the order. Understanding? So and one more thing, every subject will be having its own importance. Understand that importance first, okay. So know that importance, after that you start, okay. So it may be only 5 minutes to understand the, if you see the syllabus of that, you will get to know. Otherwise if you don't know, or if you're feeling any difficulty, like for example EMTL is difficult for me or EMF is difficult for me, so please suggest how to read this subject, okay. So where you will be using these concepts, if you know, then you will definitely get the interest for our subject, okay. So remember one thing, our electrical and electronic concepts are, okay, at most, okay. So these are the so much developed concepts, all these things, okay. So even so if you take in power systems, okay, so transposition of transmission lines, okay, it's a very good concept how we have developed. If you know why we have developed this kind of concepts, so then it will be so much good to understand this kind of subjects, okay. So even for the communication, so let's see communication. So we don't have proper modulation techniques before, okay. Slowly there are so many modulation techniques we are getting, double side band, okay, so single side band, next vestigial side, so many are there, okay. So one by one, if you get an interest, okay, then you will understand so much easily, okay. That concept you will never forget once you study, okay. That's why if you need any guidance about how to start a subject, for example, I don't know electrical and electronic measurements, okay, so ask me, okay. So I will tell you why we need to study this one, okay. So it may be 5 minutes, so that will be so much helpful for you to understand the concepts, okay. So that's how you need to practice, definitely, okay. So remember classes and definitely you need to practice, okay. So if you get any doubts also, definitely you need to discuss, okay. Whenever we discuss with friends, we will get to know, okay, so what is in deep about that concept. And even if you all get doubts, okay, so then definitely so ask me, otherwise ask any of the lecturer available to you, okay. That's more comfortable, okay. So that's how you need to do. And never demotivate when you are preparing. Some students, sir, do I get this GENCO or not? So you may not get, or you may get, definitely. So but remember, you have to be in the competition. If you leave now, definitely you are decreasing the competition, okay. So there may be so many students who are still confusing whether exam date will be there or not, it may conduct or not. No need to worry about all this, okay. Examination definitely will be there, it will never be cancelled, and it will be as soon as possible, okay. It may not be on December 3rd, okay. It will be as soon as possible after that. Okay, so nothing to worry about all these things. Okay, so complete your preparation as early as possible, and if you get to know any demotivation, any motivation you want, just ask me or call me. Okay, definitely I will be helping for you. So you may be our student or not. Okay, so be in the preparation and be in the competition. Okay, so that's how we can tell you. Okay, so anyway, all the best. Thank you so much.